Well, it was one of those mornings. I was searching desperately for my flag, and I thought it was in a box behind another box, but no, it is missing. So I couldn't come and wave my Union Jack to you that I purchased 10 years ago for a previous Jubilee. But we come at this weekend, this amazing weekend, this historic weekend for our nation, to remember the work of our Queen and those 70 years. This great platinum jubilee, I don't know what platinum object she has been given, but an amazing work and life of service, touching millions of lives. How many of you have seen the Queen in person? Quite a few of you, I should think. I think there's a third of the population who feel in some way they've met the Queen, seen her in some walkabout or wherever. How many of you have seen the Queen on television? Quite a few of you. She keeps on turning up, and even with Paddington, I thought that was a wonderful touch at the concert last night. The two iconic figures in British culture, Bond at the Olympics, James Bond with all his courage but also his brokenness, and dear Paddington, this immigrant bear from darkest Peru who touches the hearts of all he meets. And the Queen has met them both. I don't think the corgis were there this time, but now we know what's in her handbag. So we celebrate this Jubilee, and I sort of titled this part Held in Prayer. The Junior Church have been working on their prayer tree, and I hope those who are here in church and those who are watching, maybe come to church sometime, see the prayer tree that Junior Church has constructed with all our prayers, and we can add to those prayers in the days to come. And they've added a few, I think there's a squirrel and maybe a blue tit, and there's a caterpillar, wasn't there, that was added. And that sense of being held in prayer. And the Queen is held in prayer. The Church of England is obliged to pray week by week for the Queen. And perhaps we don't name her quite so often in the free churches, but she is in our prayers week by week, year by year. And the United Reformed Church General Assembly will, as usual, send a letter of loyal address to the Queen when it meets soon. She wants to be held in prayer. She has that Christian faith that sustains her and guides her and keeps her going the right way, despite all the challenges. We heard about the challenges of putting up with all her different prime ministers down the years. But back in 1953, she said this. Following her coronation, in the evening she made a broadcast reflecting on the events of the day, thanking the public for their support and promising to serve the nation. I won't give her accent at that time. I'm told she's become less posh over the years, and I think that's true. She's adapted, as we have to. When I spoke to you last at Christmas, I asked you all, whatever your religion, to pray for me on the day of my coronation, to pray that God would give me wisdom and strength to carry out the promises that I should then be making. Throughout this memorable day, I have been uplifted and sustained by the knowledge that your thoughts and prayers were with me. I've been aware all the time that my people spread far and wide throughout every continent and ocean in the world. were united to support me in the task to which I have now been dedicated with such solemnity. Old-fashioned words, but what an inspiration that she felt uplifted and sustained by that knowledge of the thoughts and prayers of her people scattered across the world. And we are held in prayer too, and we are challenged to hold each other in prayer, that we may be uplifted and sustained through the knowledge of those praying for us. And there are many ways in which the church here sustains people in prayer. The two prayer chains at Cause End and at Trinity, the prayer table and the prayer requests, the chain of prayer that we created a few weeks ago as we prayed and continue to pray for the suffering people of Ukraine. Held in prayer. Let's do that week by week, day by day.